Greetings once more, grade 8. Um, Welcome. So today we are going to learn about the cash receipts journal. And this is one part of the financial literacy of your EMS. Because remember that it's got three themes, this EMS that you're doing. It's got financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and the economy. So the previous weeks we had some lessons on the economy where we learned about the types of markets. Now here we are going deeper a little bit with financial literacy. So in the accounting cycle, there are about eight steps or cycle procedures that we need to follow. However, the first, second, and third lead us exactly to where we are right now. The first part of the financial cycle simply states that a transaction takes place. And after a transaction takes place, there will be an issuing of a source document. And we learned a lot about different types of source documents. What do they do? What do we do with them? And how can we use them? We also had an activity whereby you had to come with those source documents or identify them in your book. Well, that was great. So now we are going to learn about the third part, which is record in the book of first entry, record transaction. Now we record transactions in book of first entry as I have already said, but right now we'll be looking at for cash transactions. Now the cash transactions will be on payment and receiving money. So the first one here will be on receiving money, which is the cash receipt journal, the book in which we receive or we write down all the transactions of receiving money. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us continue without further ado. Now, um, we are going to look at the following based on this financial literacy topic that we were looking at. We'll be looking at what exactly or is a service business, as we will be doing the cash receipts journal on the service business. And again, we'll be looking at the formats that are used for the columns of the CRJ, which is the cash receipts journal. Also, again, the source document, which is used to complete the CRJ. Another thing, it will be entering the cash transactions in the CRJ. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be looking at how to balance the CRJ. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for the purpose of this lesson, we're only going to look at these three, which is cash receipts journal for business, for service businesses, and we'll know what these service businesses are, and we'll look at the format of the columns. Also, again, source document, which is used for completing the CRJ. It's not a lot of work. We'll just get through it. Alrighty then. So let's continue. Now, the important concepts that we need to look at. Remember, I will be posting, or there will be notes which are posted on the D6 and also again in the Google Classroom based on today's presentation. So it will have a lot of concepts which will be explained. But for the benefit of knowing exactly what we're working with, these are the following concepts that we look at. First of all, we'll look at the cash or the service business. Now, what is a service business, ladies and gentlemen? Now, a service business, it is simply a business that offers services, and they render services. They don't sell goods, they render services. You've got your examples there. You've got your plumbers, your electricians, your hair salon, your lawyers, your architect, and there's a big number of them that you can go through. So yeah, that's it. And then what is a cash journal? Now, ladies and gentlemen, a cash journal. Now, in a service business, there are two types of transactions. Now, these transactions take place on whether you receive money or whether you pay money. Now, a cash journal, it is a journal in which we put money in, okay? So the type of transactions are put in a subsidiary journal, which is summarized and used for this transaction. All right. Now, the cash receipts journal is one of them, is the first one. Remember, the key word here is cash. Now, a cash journal, cash is where we actually record that. Cash is money, journal is a book, and then receipt. Now, this tells you that this is where we put cash we received. Okay, that's what it is. Now, and then the other one is your cash payment. This one simply tells you that this is where we record cash we paid. You see, so you can see the difference between the two. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at the other thing. Now, let's look at specifically the cash receipts journal. Now, the cash receipts journal, ladies and gentlemen, it is nothing more than a cash receipts journal or a subsidiary book in which cash receipts of a business can be recorded. And it's actually done on a monthly basis. Okay, and also again, a cash receipts journal is drawn up for each month and that month for every financial year. So there'll be 12 months in a year, so we should be having about 12 cash receipts journal for a year for the financial year. So every month we do a cash receipts journal. I don't think I'd have to teach you the months of the year, but yeah, that's it. And then also again, the information recorded in the cash receipts journal is obtained from the various source documents. Now, source documents, we learned about them, and remember, in source documents, there's quite a number that is used for cash, and there's quite a number that is used for payments, for cash receipts and for cash payments. So we just need to understand the difference between those source documents, but we will soon enough. Now, a duplicate receipt, cash register roll, duplicate cash invoice, or bank statement is used to record transactions in the cash receipts journal. Now, we don't use the receipt that we give out, but we have something that is left behind. That is a duplicate receipt. And if ever we're talking in terms of a retail company, just like your ShopRite, or maybe your, let's say your engineer, they might have a register, a cash register, um, till where they just type in transaction. So that's where they will have the cash register roll, and it will have all the duplicate receipts that were issued out during the day, and then they are summed up into one and they are put into the cash receipts journal. The amount, not the raw. Okay, and then duplicate cash invoices also is a source document that is used for recording in the cash receipts channel, and a bank statement is also a source document which is used. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I think we are done with that. So if ever you want to know more, I wish I could say, could raise your hands and I'll give you a further explanation, but you'll just have to make do. But you can also look at the notes which are posted on the D6. All right, good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the last one, but not the least, which is the accounting equation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what is the accounting equation? We talked about this so many times. Yes, so tedious at times, eh? Now, the accounting equation, ladies and gentlemen, it is nothing but your assets, liabilities, and owner's equity. Making sure that these balance into a scale. How do we balance them into a scale? We make sure that our liabilities and our owner's equity, when we add them, they have the same value of all the assets that we have. Now, if the assets and owner's liabilities and owner's equity and liabilities are the same, and they are the same value, it means that our business is prospering. Okay, it has a balance. Remember that this is an equation, and in an equation, you know the rule: right hand side should always be equal to left hand side. That's what an equation, a perfect equation, is. If something is equalized, it's like that. So the equality equation, all our assets must be equal to the sum of our liabilities and our owner's equity. That is your equation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the format of our cash receipts channel. Ladies and gentlemen, have a look at it. I'm going to have a video tomorrow whereby I explain it properly. Now, this is what it looks like. Okay, we have, first of all, let me get a pointer. Now we have this, ladies and gentlemen, is number section, whereby we will be putting the number in which we see in our source document, whether it is a cash invoice, it is a receipt, it is a deposit, whatever number that it is there that we are keeping in our in our in our filing cabinet, we will put here. And then here is the day in which the transaction took place. Then right here is the details that are written there on the receipt. What is that money for? Is it for sales? Is it for the service that we have done? And then right here, this is a very interesting, ladies and gentlemen, this your reference. Now, the for your reference will actually explain as to where this information must go. Now, for your reference, it refers to the other subsidiary books that are available, which in this case will be a when we look at the ledger at this specific reference, we should be seeing a transaction that is in line with the events of that day. All right. And then here we've got analysis of receipts. Now, remember that here you have that receipt, that document, you have the day, the details, and then we analyze it. We had already analyzed it and the amounts are there. So here we put the amount on the receipt. And then what do? We underline it. Remember that analysis of receipt is done each and every day. So at the end of that day, you put a line. So if you have three transactions on a day, you put those three transactions at the end of them, you put a line. And then right here is our bank. We took that money, we're going to bank it, we put that money there. And then right here is our current income. Now, somebody might ask us, why do we have to put money in all this? And probably it's going to be the same amount. As I said, I'm going to explain when I load the video, which most probably will be um, later on Friday or on Monday. Okay, but I will try my best, my level best, to put it on Friday. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, this is how it looks like. I will explain further and I will be doing it on the board with you. And we will also be looking at some other transactions that we will try to attempt. All right. Now, right here on top, look at that. It says cash receipt journal. This is the heading of the cash receipt journal. You must always indicate what type of book it is that you're recording your information in. So this is the cash receipt journal, right? Now, here, you see here, right here, this is the name of the company, Pretoria Pouches. Okay, then right here is the month. Remember that cash receipt journal is always done on a monthly basis. This is the month and the year. So this is for the month of December and for the year 2019. And right here we write that this is the cash receipt journal, right, for the 12th month. So this is a reference of the cash receipt journal. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue. As I had explained this, yeah, we will have numbers that shows what these things are for. You see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As I was explaining them. So I will explain this tomorrow, as I said. So for now, let's just be patient with this. All right. Uh, have a nice day, and I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. Please do write the activity that is to follow on the notes on the D6. All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good day.